Just kidding. Okay, so welcome to my channel. Obviously, I've made some few videos before, mainly about makeup and trying to lose the baby weight after having, sorry, excuse me, after having my first baby. So I've decided to make a video talking about my pregnancy because I've seen some videos where people have done the reality of pregnancy versus the actual, like the what we think it will be like, and it was so true for me. Like I had a totally different view of what pregnancy would be like for me, how I'd handle it, exactly, stuff like that. But yeah, so I decided to make a video on it. It was good to get things off your chest. Okay, so I found out I was pregnant, I think probably 2014 in October. Um, I remember it so clearly how it happened. I remember I got a pregnancy test on my way home from work. At that time, I was living in Italy and I was working as a teacher. And afterwards, I like my period was so late, and I said to my boyfriend that unless I'm very stressed, like very, very stressed with the move and everything, I think I'm pregnant. So after a while of being in denial, I decided to get a test, and I actually could not wait until the next day to do the test. I got up I couldn't sleep, so I got up at like 3 o'clock in the morning. I remember it so clearly, and did a test, and it came back positive, like super quick, bold lines, super fast, and then I got back in the bed and I switched on the light, and I remember him looking at me like, "What are you switching on my light for?" type of thing. And I just threw the test at him, and I was like, "What does this mean? Does that mean positive?" I was just like, "Yeah." But anyway, so that's how I found out, and I was quite shocked and stuff. But my initial thought of when I would have a kid and when I was pregnant and stuff, I thought it would be so glamorous. Like I would make it glamorous. I would be wearing my heels still and do my makeup every day. And I thought I would actually breeze through it. I really did. I don't know why I had that thought, but I thought that I would still exercise a lot and have so much energy and be like, yeah, I'm a fit pregnant lady. I'm still looking hot. Still gonna stay hot. Beforehand, and I used to exercise every so often. I used to do a lot of sports when I was a kid, and yes, I thought it would be a breeze, but it was the absolute opposite. God, where do I start? I think, oops, Daisy. I found out I was pregnant in October, early October, and then I think they probably said I was about 6 weeks or so. And by the time I got to 8 weeks, the sickness just came like, I'm not even going to swear, but like a volcano. It just came out of nowhere, and it was all day, every day. I could not eat anything. I could not have water, even just water. I would throw up every meal, every single little thing that I ate. I would throw up, and it was so frustrating. And then all of a sudden, this rush of tiredness came across, and don't ask me why, but I didn't know or didn't think that I would be tired. I mean, your body is making another human being, so it makes sense for you to be tired. But I just didn't know that I would be that tired. So tired that I just couldn't even get out of bed. And even when I got out of bed, tried to have something to eat, threw up, I would just go back to sleep again. But obviously, I had work, so I had to force myself to go to work. So yeah, I had all the tiredness. I think by about 10 weeks, I started to look a bit bloated, not necessarily pregnant, but I looked bloated, and I think probably around that time, yeah, it must have been, then the increased need to pee came about, and I thought that would be later on. I didn't think that would be so early. And God, waking up at like 1 o'clock, 3 o'clock, 5 o'clock to go pee is frustrating. Like when you're tired enough as it is, and then you have to wake up, pee, and you're not sleeping throughout the night. That just makes it even worse. I was so shocked by how much things came about so quickly, so early on. And so yeah, I had that increased tiredness, the really bad sickness. The sickness got so bad that at one point I had such a headache, and I think it was because I was dehydrated. I couldn't keep the water down, and I wasn't eating, wasn't sleeping, so it got so bad that I ended up going to the hospital. And they put me on a drip. I can't remember exactly what they gave me because literally they put it in my arm, and I was like gone, absolutely gone. I can't remember anything after that. Okay, so to carry on with what I was saying, pretty much after the whole hospital incident, I was told that hopefully by 12 weeks the sickness should go. And I met a few people who said by 16 weeks there's one went, things like that. So I was becoming like really hopeful, desperate even. And I just remember getting to 12 weeks and it was just getting worse and worse. And I thought, what the hell is going on? Why is this happening to me? And then I think I moved on to 16 weeks and it still had not subsided, and it was becoming so frustrating. And then I think during the Christmas holidays, I was probably like about, I think I was maybe 16 weeks, and we had gone back to London for Christmas to spend it with our families. And I remember eating, I think it was peanut butter on toast, and thinking, "Oh my god, I haven't thrown up. This is so great." And then also I started to feel like this fluttering feeling. And I thought, "Oh my god, what have I done?" Because I remember people saying that you shouldn't eat peanut butter just in case the baby has a allergic reaction to peanuts. And I ate it and I felt this flutter, and I thought, "Oh my god, I've done something wrong." And then there was nothing after that for like a couple of days, and I think I must have ate it again. Why it did stop me, I do not know. And it happened again, but it felt more like a tumbling type feeling. And then I think my sister said, "That's it, moving." And I thought, "Oh my gosh." Throughout, I think we spent 2 weeks in London for the holidays, and I had no sickness whatsoever. I was so happy. I thought, "Thank God it's gone." But then we returned back to Italy where we were living, returned back to work and everything, and then the sickness came back. I could not believe it. The sickness came back. I was eating. I think by this time I could hold down 1 meal, and unfortunately, fizzy drinks, especially lemonade, was the main thing that I could keep down. Just a little bubble down there. Lemonade was the only thing that I could keep down. It was so bad, obviously, to be drinking so much lemonade, but that's all I could have. I think around about the 20 weeks mark, 20 to 25, then I got sciatica, and because I did a lot of walking for my work, this really was irritating, and it was so painful as well. And I didn't think pregnancy brought on so many different types of symptoms. Like I literally just thought it was sickness, a little bit of tiredness, obviously pains because like your stomach is expanding and whatnot. But I just had so much more, and I didn't expect it whatsoever. So yeah, I had sciatica, and obviously they said there's nothing you can do about that. Then I started to get what they called when the uterus was pushing upwards and expanding, pushing into your diaphragm. expanding that, I started to get chest pains. I was very breathless going up the stairs. Just going up 2 flights of stairs, I was breathless. Walking to the station, I was breathless. Um, Pains in my stomach, obviously, with the uterus was growing, the stomach was being pushed and organs being pushed. But my God, the pain in my chest, I actually started to think I was dying. Like pregnancy was going to kill me. Um, it's crazy. It really is. I don't know how people do this, like more than 5 times, more than 10 times. There's people out there who have like 18 children, and I just think they must have had a really easy going pregnancy. And kudos to them. That's cool. So as it kept going, I think there was a short little break where I wasn't peeing as much, but then that came back with vengeance, and that was really annoying because I was so tired. I think probably by about 7 months, I decided I couldn't travel to work anymore. I still worked probably like once or twice a week, and that was about it. But I did cut it down. Walking was too much for me, and I used to run for the trains as well with my massive belly. Um, and then, like, on top of all that, what else happened? I don't remember now. Oh yeah, I was watching a whole load of pregnancy videos, and I started to plan my birth and whatnot, and that started to freak me out. Like, that's one thing I should say to me: do not watch so many videos on YouTube of like childbirth and labour and all this stuff, because it will seriously freak you out. So yeah, that's what I did, and then finally, I think when I got to about 8 months, we decided to come back to London. I travelled back, and I just could not sleep whatsoever. Like my stomach was so big and so heavy. I'm only 5'3", and I think in total I put on like 4 stones, which I think is probably about 60 pounds or so. So I was so tired of all the weight and all the symptoms as well. So I was getting really fed up by the end. And just sleeping on one side, obviously you can't sleep on your back because it's too heavy. You can't sleep on your front because your belly's too big. So you can only sleep on your sides. And sleeping on the sides just became so painful because I would sleep on one side for about an hour, and then the whole body would just go numb. My hips go numb, all down my legs would go numb. And this was just crazy. I did not see all this coming. Oh my God. Yeah, so towards the end I had that, and then obviously the peeing so much. I think my sickness did stop by probably 7, 8 months. It did stop, thank God. But then I had so many other things. I didn't really notice it stopping. I didn't feel that happy when it stopped because there's other things that was just irritating me. Um, it's good for people who have a great pregnancy, but for people who don't, I really feel for you. I feel like I just had every symptom under the sun, and it was annoying. Would I go back and have more? I don't know. I really don't, because uh, I've always said I wanted more than one kid, definitely, because I think one can be a bit boring. It's nice to have siblings. I've always said I wanted 5 or 6, but after having one, just going for that one pregnancy, I don't know. It is something I really need to sit down and think about. But I was not prepared for that mentally. I was not prepared. It was totally different to what I thought it would be. Um, I guess going through it will prepare me for more if I do decide to have more, and I'll probably try to do things differently. But it literally is. It's not, well, other people differently, but for me, it was not about what I wanted to do. It was more of what I could do, and I just could not do a lot of the things I thought I could or I would have, and that was quite frustrating. Um, I was. I wasn't very emotional. I had emotional moments, but I wasn't very emotional. I know some people can be quite erratic and always shouting at people constantly and things like that. But I wasn't. I think my mum was like bodily pains and more physical things to me. So yeah, that was annoying. Um, but yeah, that is my pregnancy story. I will be doing a story on my birth and labour because that was really interesting. Did not go to plan, obviously. The pregnancy didn't, so well with the birth. So yeah, stay tuned for that because it's quite funny. Unfortunately, I didn't get a video. I really did, but things just moved really quickly in a direction that was not planned, so I couldn't get a video. Did get a picture, not attractive, but yeah. So stay tuned for that, and stay tuned for all my other videos, my makeup videos and beauty tips and weight loss progress, everything.